Woo, house music. I love house music. And it's an understatement to say that I'm very fond of house music. And wow, just for many years, uh, as I was a teenager and then growing up. Around the teens, the late teens, and hanging out in many different situations and environments, and tons and tons of reflection, self reflection, was fueled and aided by the presence of house music and underground house music, and just the rhythm coupled with some of the lyrics, and how positive in a lot of ways. The music was positive. It was uplifting. It was fun. It was nostalgic. It was reminiscent of maybe some events and parties I was hanging out at, and having that dancing fun. So house music for me has played a big role in helping someone like me to be grounded and um, enjoy the time, and to also uh, kind of reflect and be singing along and singing, which I didn't realize. Thinking about it at the time, I was singing a lot of songs that were actually positive, like encouraging lyrics, like uh, keep pushing on. Things are going to get better, and it won't take long. Keep on moving to the top. I'm thankful in a big way to all of the house music singers, the vocalists, the people who've put together the beats, the production. Um, and even, I'm gonna tell you this, it wasn't all like, oh, everything wasn't all in the clouds. We all walking around with angels' robes and going, it was like that. Some of the music, looking back, was uh, it was not G-rated material, but it was very fun, and it created a good environment for enjoying, like I said, get-togethers with friends, and meeting at clubs, and it just, there was something to it. Um, and I'm thankful to have had that experience. Uh, I don't even need to play house music today to remember, because I have internalized so much of the music. It plays in my head automatically, depending on different situations, and when I'm in, I can remember it. And when I finally do put it on, because this is now, it's been a couple decades. Now, when I do put house music on, and I'm talking about primarily house music from underground house that was back in the '90s era. Uh, when I do put that on, which the house music I'm listening to, thankfully, I had a pretty good friend that was a DJ and had put together some custom compilations on cassette tapes for me. When I play those still today, yes, I still have a cassette player so I could hear those. It it's so nostalgic. It brings me back and uplifts me still today. So I'm not going to highlight any. There's many house music singers I could highlight. I'm not going to do that on here individually. In the collection I'm forming, I am bringing some of those different tracks in that you'll see within Ebnemar, and um, I'm doing that for a reason, because some of the things that I'm highlighting, you won't. It's difficult to find. Even I knew the sounds of the music. They're on vinyl records, the original ones, and they're not necessarily something that have a title that was on a chart somewhere. It was underground, a lot of it. So I'm trying to, as I'm finding some of these songs that I'm familiar with, that I have on the cassettes that I own, I'm trying to make those available in the collection. And it because of that, wow. Like I said, the DJ friend that I had, which I had a couple, but this one specific is very positive, very down to earth person, and I'm looking back at how the cassette tracks were made for me. He basically tailor made some of the music from his personality, from his approach, and from his positivity. But I can also sense that he knew the kinds of songs that I would want to be listening to on the different, on the different tapes, and the progression of the music. He was a master, and it still is today, but was a master of forming the progression of the house music compilation. So one last thing I wanted to say, and regarding this, I will tell you a mini story. Again, I'm hoping not to over exaggerate this, and I'm not going to tell any secrets, but I will say that at one point in my college days, after I finally learned a little bit better how to dance, because when I first went to college, I really couldn't dance. Even though I could see dance, I couldn't really do the running man or anything like that. So after some practice and getting out to a couple parties and hanging out more often and doing my thing and doing our thing with my friends, um, myself and another friend who's a very dear friend who I haven't spoken to in quite a while, but back then was a very dear friend, we would be inside of a club. I could be on the second floor, and I'm thinking of one specific club which is not even there anymore, and he would be on the interior part of the second or a different floor, and our song would come on, like this one specific house music song by Elias would come on, and that was our signal to track each other down, and form at the time. It depended on the environment of the party. But in this one situation I'm thinking of, we really did this. We formed like a circle where that song was on. It was playing, and we had kind of like a little dance routine. We didn't choreograph it offline or outside of the clubs. It just kind of formed naturally because we had the good spirits in us at the time too, so we were feeling good. And basically we formed this circle. The two of us would do a little two steps and this and that, and I would do like almost like a handspring into not really a handstand, but kind of like a handspring. And when I came back off my handspring, this dear friend, who, if he is listening to this, will know who it is, he would do a back flip, the back semi, without no handspring, right there in the club, and land on his feet. And at that time when he first did that, people were like, "Whoa, yo, whoa, whoa, whoa!" And we just was feeling nice. And that song, indicative in that song is a lot of positivity. And I am going to mention that song in a few seconds, but I just want you to know that I really appreciate all the house music that's been put together. And and I really can only commend what's been done. And that song is two words by Elias: "Follow Me."